we go again.
Alright, everybody, this is another podcast. This is Chris.
This is Snoose.
This is Yasmin.
This is Nick.
Gracie.
Alright, guys, it's been a week. What's been up with you guys? Anybody? Grace, how you been?
So good. So good. I'm going to Belize next week with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, actually. We're gonna be there for 2 weeks. You guys are gonna see how, like, really poor people live.
Hey, man, I've been to the Philippines.
Oh, yeah.
Third world country.
Yeah. It's
We
gonna be
talked
fun.
about sex trafficking in the Philippines in the first one.
Yeah, and how, like, I'm surprised you came back, to be honest.
Oh, man.
There isn't that much sex trafficking in Belize, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I'm just saying. But it'll be fun either way.
Jessica, so we'll see about that. With our arms crossed.
No, it'll be fun. We're going to go to a few islands. We're going to go into the forest. We're going to check a lot of things out. That's going to be fun.
San Pedro in Guatemala.
I don't want to deal with the Guatemalans right now.
Oh, why?
It's bad blood with Belizeans.
Really?
Yeah.
They're basically brothers.
What did they do to you?
What did they do to you? Show us on the doll where they touched you. This is a safe place. It's not your fault, man.
Assholes. No, it's just this, like, I guess when Belize was liberated from colonial regime from the British, Guatemala said, "Oh, that's our land. It was our land before the British were here." And they're like, "No, Belize is a separate sovereignty. That's why it wasn't. That's why Guatemala wasn't part of the British Empire. Otherwise, Britain would have just taken the whole thing."
Yeah.
But it got into this huge fight, almost caused a war, and finally they took it up to the UN, and the UN and some archaeologists went through the whole thing, and they're like, no, like, Belize is a totally separate country. And so, till this day, Guatemala, even in their textbooks that they have in schools, teaches that Belize was part of Guatemala.
Wow.
So,
We need to go to Guatemala.
actually, do you remember our friend?
I want to see that.
Well,
I know. For some reason, everybody in Guatemala gets this question wrong. Like, their answer. Actually, do you remember our friend from our high school?
Who's Guatemalan?
No, that's Belizean. My friend, mutual friend,
Maybe.
Vanessa. I'm just gonna say it. I just gotta tell you.
I
didn't say her last name, asshole. I didn't say her last name, asshole.
How many of them can there be in the world?
Who's Belizean?
That narrows it down.
Yes. I take responsibility if she's hunting for this.
Anyway.
Yeah, I remember her.
No, well, her dad, I remember one time we all went to I forgot where, it's like a grocery store or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my dad was talking to somebody, and they mentioned Belize, and the guy that he was talking to was Guatemalan. And he said, "Oh yeah, that used to be," or no, he wasn't Guatemalan. He was just like a regular guy that was like, "Oh, isn't that?"
He's not Guatemalan. He's regular.
and so the guy's like, "Oh, isn't that like part of Guatemala?"
What?
And dude, Vanessa's dad just fucking came
hate
out of nowhere and it's like, that was never true. That's
He jumps out of a pile of fruit. How dare you, sir?
Dude, I swear, I was like, dude, like, calm down, but, yeah.
A lot of people have a lot of love for that. Well, Belizeans have a lot of love for that country. They seem like really, like, every time.
And then you gotta ask them, well, why'd you leave? Isn't that true for everybody that, like, immigrated? Like, I find that here a lot, like, people from, like, Germany or like Austria. I don't know. Anyway.
Belize is a small country though. Like how
It's
big?
a very small country.
How big is it?
Like,
Like
is it like from Los Angeles to
I
Santa
think
Barbara?
I think.
no, that's like 100 miles.
No.
So what would happen if Belize and America went to war?
Why?
No.
Yeah, well, there's that question.
Why?
Top second, like, are you gonna compare like the number one country in the entire world
Whoa,
to like the?
whoa! You're getting pretty nationalistic here, buddy.
Wait, no. Answer my question. Like how
I
big?
know.
How,
What a dick am I?
how many miles is? Do you know how many miles the country is?
No.
Do you know by like hours from 1 to?
Pacing yourself at 0.6 decibels.
I think it can take a day to drive through the whole thing.
Oh really?
So it's
That's
like
it?
Big as
A whole day?
California then.
That's it? Wow, it's only like
Is it bigger than Texas?
it's like a few thousand miles.
Why have you? Alright, you guys need to look at a map before you guys fucking ask these questions. I swear to God. How big is it? Is it like an inch big? Is it this big? Is it this big, everyone? You with like not knowing.
Wait.
Dude, I'm like
Guatemala's like Belize is right here. Guatemala's everywhere here.
Like,
What was
if
that?
a bunch of Liam Neesons laid down in the road, how many would it take to get from one part to the other?
Well, we're gonna talk about Liam
I
Neeson.
love Liam Nielsen, dude.
Liam Neeson. Talking about Qui-Gon, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Qui-Gon,
Or Schindler.
Or Kinsey.
Kinsey.
Or Zeus.
Yeah, that. And out of all those characters, Zeus was the worst one.
I don't remember.
Wow.
I've never seen him.
No,
in
it's a
shows.
fact. It's a fact. I found it. I read it in a book somewhere.
Oh,
The
man.
worst.
Somewhere.
He's fucking
He's
oh, what's
epic.
his name?
He is. Yeah, he's a really cool guy.
You can
Well,
watch
who is
The
he
Gray.
in
Yeah,
Batman?
he wasn't the great.
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, whatever.
Yeah, that
That
was
a
pretty
fucking
good.
badass. Yeah, hell
You know,
yeah,
I would have
was
never
impressed.
thought picking Ra's al Ghul, but yeah, he did really good.
And they tied it up with the last movie in the series. They brought his
They brought his-
Talia in.
That's crazy.
Talia is the one he had a kid with in
Mhm.
the comics.
I know.
Damian Wayne, the fourth Robin, and like
Was it the fourth?
he was the fourth Robin.
What a way to tie things in, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's just, and especially in comics and
He must have done
like
his
science
homework.
fiction.
Who?
Chris Nolan.
Oh yeah.
He must have done his homework for that.
It's funny. It's interesting to see like how people just like whenever they want to continue a story in like fantasy or sci-fi, they just throw in a plot twister. And he had a kid with this chick that
Yeah.
he liked. Let's just continue this shit.
Keep it going, man.
Here's what Belize.
Oh my God, are we back
Because
here?
I knew it. I just saw the map like a few days ago.
I told you it was 3 inches big.
No.
So,
Well, from over here, it looks smaller.
So who's right?
Who?
Wait, let me see.
He's like
San Pedro is like right here. Like right here.
Oh.
That's why I'm like, no, that's nowhere near. That's nowhere near
Yeah.
Guatemala. I don't know, you guys are gonna like it a lot. Belize has a lot of natural.
Oh, are there cenotes? Cenotes? The underground caves with the water.
Oh
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
rivers?
That's actually what we're gonna see in Jaguar's Paw,
Yes.
where we're gonna be like, I don't know what the official name is.
Tubing?
Tube diving or something like that.
Splunking?
It's not spelunking.
Spelunking is when you go down into a cave.
Yeah, when you're hiking down a
Oh.
cave, right?
Spelunking, yeah, you have like a pitchfork and shit. Lower yourself down with a big
I am
ass.
not skilled for that.
No.
No, fuck no. Those, you don't even know where the bottom of the fucking caves are half the
Yeah.
time. You're just like looking for holes in the side to wander around it. That's fucking crazy, man.
Filled with
That.
just guano.
Yeah, that shit everywhere, and animals that live down there are fucking horrifying.
Dude, last time I was
Lines and
there,
shit.
when I was
It's
going through
creepy.
Jaguar's Pod, you know, I didn't see any jaguars, but there's a lot of fucking like crazy animals that you see there. Like I've seen a toucan, which is the national bird.
Oh, really?
Makes
Mm.
sense. I mean,
That place is Fruit Loops.
Oh my god.
but actually, I want to go over there just to see what the political thing is going on right now. the economy, what's good to invest in over there right now, land. I'm really interested in that this time around. It's funny because I talk to my parents about how's Belize every time, and my mom's always like, "Oh my God, it's like horrible. Like everybody's unemployed. There's a lot of like problems politically over there. The economy isn't doing so well." When I asked my dad, he's like, "Oh, it's great. Everything's going so much better." And it's funny listening to the two of them. I'm like, I don't know who's right, so I'd rather just go there. I'll travel myself to find out. God damn it. It'll be fun. You guys are gonna like it.
Where are you staying?
The majority with my dad, and then the rest we're gonna find out. Probably hotels or bed and breakfasts.
On the weekend? Because I think they have like weekend specials, right? Or is that just a U.S. thing?
I don't know. Probably a week. Well, I don't know if there's a weekend special. That's when most people travel.
No, for renting a car here on Enterprise, they have specials on weekends. Like if you only rent it from like Friday and return it on Monday, then they give you like a discount.
I don't know if they have that in Belize though.
Are you guys renting a car?
The plan is to not immediately, but once we get to Corozal.
That's expensive, man.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. It's just for like a weekend.
Is it cheaper than taking taxis?
No, we just in the bus, if anything.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, because last time when I was hiking and just backpacking, I fucking took a bus, and then I had a taxi just take me to a hotel, and that's where we would stay. Yeah, I can't remember a lot from my backpacking.
Again.
What?
I don't. There was. Yeah.
Okay.
What? So are we not going? Are we not?
Let's just say we're not gonna have the same experience, okay?
We're not backpacking.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, even if we do, like, it would be. I would remember it more than what happened last time.
You're like, we found some mushrooms on the floor, we ate them, and then we were, next thing I know, we were at the hotel. I remember being in space at one point. It was really weird, man. I don't want to talk about it.
Is Belize haunted?
The whole place.
I don't know why. Where do you ask these questions?
She went
Now,
online.
are there haunted? Are there
Best questions to ask about Belize.
She asked.
Is it haunted?
She asked earlier. Is there haunted rocks? Are there haunted rocks
Yeah,
in Belize? I'm like, or cursed. Oh, I'm sorry, cursed rocks. That makes way more sense than what I said.
Are there cursed rocks? But you didn't answer. To be fair, you didn't answer the question.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna say that there isn't. You know, what kind of guy am I to just assume that there isn't? Maybe there is cursed rocks. I'm not gonna segregate them from all the other good rocks.
We should have you tell one of those horrifying stories from Belize.
Oh yeah, from your grandfather.
I can't even remember that.
Oh my god!
I remember. Did I remember? I remember a handful. I remember
Yeah.
one where there was like a tall guy walking around the
The
house.
Oh
house?
shit!
Oh.
You
And
just
then
reminded me.
The deer with like the fire in its eyes.
But I
or
can't
something.
remember. I can't because usually, or whenever I tell those stories, I know the story has like a twist at the end,
Kind of.
like a little twist where it's something that saved them, or something that protected them, or you know something weird, and I can't remember what that was, and I can't tell the story, and then like, and then
goddammit.
you know, and then I don't know what the twist was.
I know they're on your MySpace.
Oh,
Some of them were on your MySpace. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just started posting them.
Do I still have a MySpace?
That freaked me out. Well, if you never deleted it, it should still be there.
Just
I
like,
remember
please
at,
come back.
Dude, I remember at church, people had we did a PG-13, a Halloween one time.
Oh yeah.
And people were telling stories like Alex told a fucking horrifying ghost story.
About
Oh,
the
that one.
grandmother?
That one was
yeah,
scary.
it was Carrie's grandmother, right?
Mhm.
Like it was. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do.
Just tell that story. 'Cause that story was fucking.
That story
it
was.
trippy,
Well, I don't
man.
know if they would.
I
I don't.
don't talk about this.
Oh yeah, she gets really scared.
I don't talk about it.
Yeah,
Not,
but
not at these hours.
You have flower essences and things to.
I know
Yeah.
you have that
Yeah,
bubble to be in.
charms.
I'm not saying I believe in this shit. Like,
Okay.
I'm all right. Well, all right. Sorry. God damn. God dang it, Grace! You ruined everything. Ugh.
No, talk about it. Talk about it.
No, but then later on, you're gonna be like, there's not enough vegetation for me to eat in order to calm myself down on this. You're gonna be so worked up.
What?
Over the stories that we're just about to tell.
No,
You're not
I don't
personal.
I don't want to go into Belize knowing these stories.
No, well, the story I was about
No, I
asked.
Alright.
No, but I
didn't
read
know.
those stories. I read
Oh,
those
you
stories.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the story I was about to say wasn't mine. It's Alex and Harry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one happened here on our soil.
On our land.
In our soil.
We must take it back. For
It's an American story. It's not a Belizean story.
It's an American story, true. City of Gardena.
You know what's crazy though is that some of those stories sound a lot similar to Big Fish, the movie Big Fish.
I love that movie.
I
That was my favorite Tim Burton movie.
Really?
Yeah. Of all the ones he's done, that's my favorite. Big Fish.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it.
I didn't really like it myself, but I don't know. Something about it. I think it was the computer effects.
Oh.
It just looked too fucking like
Yeah, some of it did.
Whimsical?
like too ridiculous. Like
I felt like it was meant to look that way though.
Really?
yeah,
It was.
I know.
Because it's a story. The guy is an old man telling like dramatized fairy tales of his life. So it's supposed to be like that. Everything's exaggerated, you know?
But it wasn't for.
Because they were
It
like
wasn't
a true
for
story.
me. Yeah. No, we know why. I mean, it's just like I don't need this. Like, you don't need to do that in order to impress me. I'm impressed. I'm here watching it. You don't.
You have my money, man. What else do you want?
I don't know. I felt like it was just being shoved down my throat. And I'm like,
The story or just
Not the way I like to have things stuffed down my throat.
I think it's a story of how he remembered it. Like these are life events that happened to him, and it's through his eyes.
Yeah, like it felt.
You know,
like
it felt like
Yeah.
like I appreciated that part of it. Is the fact.
Meanwhile, when I say stories about my grandfather, they're always like dark and deep and scary, and like you don't want to walk down the road. That's how I remember those.
deep flavors?
Really deep.
That's right.
Oh my god. Oh, Nelson Mandela.
Dude, yeah, Morgan Freeman died.
Too soon. Too soon, dude. What a.
Dude, I saw Vegas. The movie with Morgan Freeman, Michael Douglas.
See?
Nelson
Nelson Mandela died. I saw a Morgan Freeman movie.
I know.
Was it worth
I
that
know.
I said it, or was it worth that she decided that was the route to go for the conversation completely? Nelson Mandela died. Remember Bruce Almighty? Speaking of God, I'm meeting him. Paul Walker.
Oh my god.
And the guy from King Taco. King Taco himself.
Who?
There's a restaurant chain.
Why is that
King
more
Taco.
important than Nelson Mandela?
No, because I heard.
Why is that more important?
No, because I work on Friday. This is relevant. At work on Friday, somebody was like, people were like, somebody said people die in threes. Like, that's the thing. People die in threes.
yeah.
People die in a bunch, but if you just sector them into threes, it makes sense. So someone was like, yeah, the King Taco guy died, and Paul Walker died, and Mandela died. And I was like, why that order?
I
Why was
know.
Mandela the last one you remembered? A little more
Best for
significant,
last.
right? Save the best for last. Paul Walker in the middle and King Taco himself. And then it was perfect at the other end. At the other end of the building, I hear someone go, "King Taco guy died." I'm like, I didn't even know there was a King Taco guy.
Dude, that fucking sucks. That must be... I didn't even find out that King Taco guy died until right now. I've been to King Taco.
I've been there. I've been there like once or twice.
And I'm jumping out here, and you guys can agree with me. Overrated, right?
I think it was pretty good. I didn't think it was like the bombest tacos ever, but I thought they were good tacos. They're a lot better than this taco truck over here on fucking.
Wait, where's King Taco? King Taco.
It's off
That
to
place is
110.
disgusting. It's the worst taco truck I've ever been to.
Not that close to. Is it?
Man,
it's
there's a
like
bunch of
it's
King
like-
Tacos.
it's like by
The one I know is on PCH by where David used to live, like in Pine or something. PCH in Pine.
I
It's like
think
in
I
the
have
ghetto
been
of
to
Long
one
Beach.
then.
Ish.
Maybe.
I mean, they're greasy as fuck. They taste good, but it's not great.
Super overrated, like the most overrated shit ever. Tito's tacos.
Yeah, I thought
Oh
Tito's
my
tacos
God.
were overrated.
Whack as
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
No,
Yeah.
biggest overrated. Pink's hot dogs.
I
I've never
got to
been
try
there.
it.
I thought those were good.
Really?
Yeah.
I can get the
liked it.
same hot dog, the exact same hot dog, in downtown LA off of
Oh.
whatever.
No.
Oh, like the
Or
Those
right after
tacos are-
rave.
tacos. Those hot dogs are next level shit because I don't like hot dogs. But coming out of like a bar in downtown LA,
We
and
smell
there's a bunch
that.
of old ladies,
Yeah,
and then it's wrapped
those
in
are
bacon,
bomb.
and
Yeah,
it has
dude.
greens and
Yeah.
shit. Oh my god.
Those are way better than
Oh, hell
Pink's
yeah.
tacos. I mean, Pink's tacos. Pink's hot dog. God damn it!
Pink tacos.
Get it together, Christian.
But I've never been to Pink, so I don't know. But, but I'm saying, like, if I wanted a hot dog, that would be the one I crave. You know what I mean?
What is that?
What?
A health bar. It's vegan.
It's I'll try it. No
Is there a way you
cholesterol.
can- Is there? Can I just spread some glutens on top? Oh my god! I can just throw it in the middle. Go.
Everybody fight for it.
Immune boosting.
Oh my god.
Billy's
just fell apart.
Infinity Sea Bar. It's 100% raw,
Oh.
made with organic E3 wild-crafted ingredients. So they made up a lot of pretty words to make this sound healthy. Dear health enthusiast, the bar you hold
That
in your
pretty
hand contains 10 grams of the most powerful immune-boosting vitamin
Oh.
C superfoods on Earth.
bullshit.
They're not including all the superfoods not from Earth.
Well,
And I
read
feel like
what's in it. I mean, is it really?
read what's in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought you did.
List the ingredients.
Yeah.
Organic almond butter is the main ingredient, so it's gonna be fucking delicious. Organic raw honey.
I thought it was
organic
just-
dates. Oh my god, this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was just gonna say
cranberries,
turd.
Organic sprouted flax seeds. Infinity Sea, which is acerola berry. Camu camu, wow, ginger
Kamu,
root.
that's good.
Astragalus, that's awesome. Amla berry, that's made up.
Damn.
Organic sprouted brown rice protein. Sesame seeds. And lots of love.
It does say that.
That's the least amount it has.
That's the one at the bottom. That's probably what, semen? Mm. You know, like in my experience, yes.
Well, not always. It's not always that.
Oh,
a
wow,
lot.
that's delicious.
Kamu is really good for you. It's known for being like an immunity booster. Lots and lots of vitamin C. I take this vitamin C packet at my job, and there's over 25,000 milligrams of vitamin C. in
God
it.
damn.
And usually, like emergency packets only have like 1,000. But
Yeah, that seems like a ridiculous amount.
Well, your body can only absorb so much.
Yeah, your body's just gonna spit it out.
I know
So why take so much?
people do it. I don't know. It makes you feel good.
It doesn't
too.
hurt, yeah.
People actually,
Okay.
yeah. Well,
It makes
people
me
actually
feel good.
believe like, oh, well, I need to take as much as possible. You know, like the protein that we take. I used to take like about almost 100 grams
That's a lot
of
of
protein after.
It's not
working
about
out.
the amount, it's about the quality of the protein.
The quality, yeah.
Well, it's not just about that. It's also about the amount.
Well, 10
100
grams of 10
100
grams.
grams of protein is like unnecessary.
10
yeah,
grams of-
yeah, but well, hold on. Let me explain what I was gonna say.
Uh-huh.
Is that I realized that if you take that much, your body doesn't even absorb it, so it's just a waste of money that I'm putting in there.
You have to spread it out.
So what I started doing is just take one scoop and just take like 30 grams of protein, and then like an hour and a half later take another 30 grams.
Yeah.
And that's basically how you're supposed to spread it around.
So your body can just continue to absorb it.
Yeah, exactly.
But also the quality, like 10 grams of protein from hemp seeds is better than like whey protein. Whey protein's really good.
Whey protein is really good.
Whey protein, from what I understand, is the recommended protein that you take. Like it's the best one for your body.
Yeah.
From what I understand, which is why it's in all these supplements. That or the propaganda.
Whey is better than, in my opinion, whey is way better than soy protein.
Oh yeah.
It's
But
way better, has way more
Is
nutrients.
it way better than like hemp?
It has different qualities. You're talking about...
Well, hemp
you're
has a lot of other health benefits.
Yeah, and whey has other... Because you're talking about
Well, the whey is mostly just for the protein. Where hemp, you get a lot of other nutrients.
No,
from
there's
what else do
like...
you get from whey?
It's protein that comes from meat.
Mm-hmm.
And then
okay.
there's hemp protein that comes from a plant. And those are two different types of proteins with two different types of nutrients.
But the amino acid profile of both are more compatible with your body.
Yeah, but
Which
amino
is good.
acids can be broken down into even sub amino acids. So there's like and depending on what kind of amino acids, you get different types of those. And that's why you should be doing both. You should be taking well, I take a like whey protein after working out, and then soon after I do like the kale smoothies, and I just put like 1 or 2 scoops of like raw hemp seeds, and I just mix that in and I drink that.
I put it in my Shakeology. I like using yogurt for protein a lot too. In 1 cup of Greek yogurt, you get like 22 grams of protein. That's a shitload of protein, man.
Greek yogurt? I never liked
yogurt.
it. I never.
It's
liked
really
Greek
bitter.
yogurt.
You have to mix it with.
Yeah, it's better when you mix it with stuff.
You mix it
Really?
with honey. It tastes really good mixed with
Yeah.
honey. I put stevia in it, like a little bit of stevia and cinnamon,
Mhm.
and a little bit of honey, and it tastes really fucking good. But it tastes horrible by itself. It's very bitter. It's
Yeah.
like kale though. Like, I can't eat raw kale.
Yeah,
just like
that's
out of the
true.
bag. You know what I mean? But it tastes bomb when you make kale chips. That's my favorite snack is kale chips.
Yeah.
Even just like a little bit of salt on it, and it tastes really good. You know?
You don't want to hear something funny? Is that
Yes.
for Thanksgiving? My brother's girlfriend was doing Thanksgiving this year.
His fiance.
Fiance, sorry. Well, it's whatever. Anyway, so she makes these like appetizers and stuff, and one of them were like these mixed kale chips with spinach and had nuts and like it used vinaigrette. Oh, it was
Oh, it was a
bomb.
salad?
Yeah, it was really good.
It must have been super fucking healthy.
Yeah, it was healthy. I'm like, man, I'm the only one eating this, by the way. And so, like, one of the kids comes over and is like, what is that? I'm like, oh, this is kale and this and that. And he's like, oh, you mean grass? I'm like, grass? Like, no, it's kale, and this is spinach, this is kale. And,
I hate that shit, dude. That's rabbit food.
Hold on, dude, yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. And then, like, his dad comes over, he's like, oh, he's eating grass? I'm like,
Wow.
what? and then,
And
like,
then they get like they pull out their fucking bag of fast food, from the bottom, they eat it, and then they wipe their face
Dude.
with a greasy bag. They just don't
dude,
give a fuck.
and then like just as they're doing like they're cutting up the turkey and the ham, which oh my god was delicious by the way, bomb ham.
Grass.
And there's like a bowl of salad and lettuce and spinach, and then like the dad and all his kids are like, oh look, there's more grass and this and that and trees. And then I just had to say something, and I'm like, dude, these kids will never know what a vegetable is. Your kids will never know what it is.
Until their dad becomes one.
Oh. Dude, it was funny. It was funny. I'm like, dude, your kids don't know what a vegetable is, and they're like, they know, they'll find out.
They'll find out.
Dude, that scares me.
Yeah.
That is-
That's
How
a
many
scary
kids does
story.
he have?
3 kids.
Do they look healthy?
The youngest one did, and then it actually just got
Progressively.
going up.
It was like a projecting scale. This is gonna be him at
Well,
this
you know,
age.
well, I
and then
mean,
this-
they're not like they don't have like diabetes or anything, but the older
Isn't that
one-
weird though that kids that young can have diabetes?
Yeah, I
now?
know.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Dude, and the oldest one, he's a little bit chunky. You know, if he really like did a lot of sports, he'd be fine. Like they're not
They're
they're
a
not
lot of sports.
well, they're not thin, but they're not fat.
Right.
You know, so they're like just in between. And I'm sure they eat vegetable. I'm not trying to, because I don't know if my future fiance, future like other family
I know,
is gonna
right?
start listening to this. But
Could be any, we can talk about anybody.
yeah, but they don't. I mean, they look healthy, but they could be healthier. It just. I don't know. But then again, when I think about it, when I was the kids' age, I
You had a whole
was.
box of Oreos.
I'll be like, I am not eating that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not eating any of that kale, any of that spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just you need to educate yourself and then you do the steps.
Well, when I was a kid, like my mom would make stuff like hamburger helper and like cheap shit. Like we didn't have money, like a lot of money, so we would have to eat like a lot of cheap stuff that was like a lot of food. You know what I mean? A lot of like potatoes and rice and beans and stuff like that. We never had vegetables or salads or anything, and like I didn't like it, so they would just But I mean, I think if you raise kids to think that's normal to eat, you know what I mean? Like then they'll just be used to it. But if you project that, like, like I mean, I think it's really rare for the typical person to have their meals proportioned correctly, where there's more vegetables than meat. Meat should be the smallest thing, not like a fucking 20-ounce
I
steak.
kind of like to eat a lot of meat.
I like to eat a lot of
just
meat.
cover the half of the plate with just chicken and like, oh yes.
No, I like meat too, but they're supposed to be proportionally like probably twice as many vegetables as meat.
Well, you can only fill up the
Shut
table.
the fuck up. But I remember growing up, like sometimes it'd be like we're having vegetables and it was potatoes and corn. And I'm like, there's no nutrient. After like future years, I'm like, one day I'm just like, wait, these aren't vegetables? They're technically vegetables.
They're vegetable-ish.
You cook the potatoes with cheese and sauce, or you put ketchup on them with high fructose corn syrup.
Oh my god.
I remember drinking soda all the time when I was young.
Yeah.
I used to drink a lot of soda.
It was a
I
treat,
think-
though, to drink soda.
Oh yeah, they would give you that. There was more of that than water.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though is that
Kool-Aid.
Sugar and water.
Sugar and water.
In my high school, I went to Torrance High and then I went to Carson, but during that transition, like 2005-ish, both of the schools decided to stop selling sodas, which is good.
I'm pretty sure all the students
But-
went crazy and they're like,
they went crazy, but they replaced them with like either Snapple or like Gatorade.
So the same shit. Worse,
so,
even
yeah,
maybe.
so it had
Gatorade.
high fructose corn syrup. So it's just funny that they would take away the sodas, but they would just put back these like.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a progression kind of because I mean there's less calories.
It's a progression, but it's a progression mentally, but it's not progression like in reality.
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah.
forward thinking and saying we'll stop doing soda because soda's bad,
Yeah.
but they didn't think it, like look at the ingredients. Say the only difference between Snapple and soda is soda's carbonated and this is flat. You know what I mean? It's the only difference.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of sugar, the same stuff is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like lemonade, Minute Maid lemonade, all Minute Maid shit, all like sports drinks, especially energy drinks,
Yeah.
teas. I remember I used to drink Arizona green tea.
Yeah.
I loved that shit, man.
Yeah.
I
The
put those
sweet
corn
tea,
syrup
the
in,
sweet
like,
tea.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We used to go to the
Just
dollar
bathe
store in
in that.
Gardena after we got dropped off at St. Anthony's. We would go across to the dollar store with Louis or whoever, and we would get Arizona tea and we would get snacks and shit there. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Dude, remember? All right. I know this only focuses on our local place, but remember we used to go to Golden Eagle?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude! And we would have
I remember getting the
French
chili
fries,
cheese
chili
fries.
cheese fries every time,
Oh
and a
my
double
God.
hamburger.
Yeah,
That's what we
ridiculous,
ate
dude.
after high school almost every
They
day.
gave you
And
Yeah,
I'm like,
at
why am
least
I
3
getting
times a
so
week.
fat? I walk so much.
No, what's worse than that is we would go to Denny's 10 times a week. We would go more than once in a day sometimes.
Dude,
To
it's
Denny's.
ridiculous.
Dude, and I remember I used to
Yeah,
always
that's true.
get-
More than once in a
We
day.
used to go all the fucking time to Denny's, man. It was ridiculous. We used to frequent. Why? That's not a normal place for kids that young to like frequent.
You know what's scarier is
You know what I
there's
mean?
people that go to McDonald's 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're regulars.
Yeah.
There's
They get
regulars. yeah,
breakfast,
dude.
like 2 McGriddles,
Yeah.
and then they go back for lunch, and then for dinner they get something else. It's just like
They never tire.
Well, they'll retire eventually. I don't know. All of that is.
Did you see the movie Super Size Me? Where
Yeah.
the guy
that movie changed a lot of shit though.
Where
Raised
he,
a lot of
where
awareness.
he ate a Big Mac every day for like
30 days.
Yeah.
no like
Have you seen
the
this
other
show?
guy, he like
No,
he ate like 1,000 Big Macs or something. Like,
Morgan
he counted.
Spurlock.
Oh, he was on in the movie.
He was in the
that?
movie,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can't remember him.
Yeah.
And he said he was like completely fine or whatever.
Yeah.
1,000 Big Macs?
Yeah.
Like he ate one like
Every day.
for a long time.
Good
For a long
God.
He's like an older guy, right?
Yeah.
He didn't look like unhealthy either.
No, he didn't. That was weird.
Dude, that's, I don't know, man. If it can't mold, then it
Right,
shouldn't.
you put it in your
yeah,
body.
you should probably shouldn't put it in your body.
Yeah.
It's
Like
It's
mold
crazy.
won't grow on it.
Wait, have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
Where they take a picture of it for like 30 days. I think even longer, right? And
It was like
no
months. Then like they forgot about it there or something and came back way later.
Yeah.
And it was McDonald's fries.
It just has dust
a
on it.
quarter pounder.
Still good. Just blow
And then it was a homemade burger. It was like a burger from like Steve's Burgers kind of burger, right? They had like a burger and fries from there. Those were bad like within 2 days. And then the McDonald's one, like it just showed like 3 weeks, 2 months.
And there was no. Well, I've
no
never seen it.
difference.
I've never seen it myself, but like there were no bugs eating it either. There was nothing.
No.
No.
Dude, even that
They
recently,
didn't eat it.
I saw the news recently. That happened with someone. They went to McDonald's like 4 years ago, and they put like they got like a burger, like a wrap, like I don't know, like one of the regular cheeseburgers or something, and they had it in the pocket of their trench coat or some
That's
shit.
so disgusting.
Well, I mean that's. It was in the bag or whatever. It was wrapped up, and it was in like a pocket. I guess they lost. They forgot about it or something. And they left the coat somewhere, and they found it like 4 years later, like in like a pile of shit in their closet or something. And they opened it up, and the burger looked exactly the same, like they had just bought it that day. They even had the picture of it on the news with the receipt and the date on
That is too much.
I wonder if McDonald's has ever addressed
it. Dude, they
that.
don't give a. They know people are gonna keep going no matter what.
Dude, have you?
After the movie Super Size Me came out, after they started putting, they found that putting the calories on like how much everything is, like all that information, had like almost no effect whatsoever on volume of people going, buying shit.
Well, because it's an economic thing.
It's just so cheap.
It's
Yeah,
because they don't
it's cheap
care.
as fuck.
Like they didn't like those aren't things that they cared about in the first place.
Well, one, it's economics. It's just so cheap that for families it's
And
just
it's fast.
easier to do it there.
It doesn't take time.
And number two, they're not educated about what it means. Well, 1,000 calories. Well, how many calories do I need? I don't know. Well, I assume that's small. You know, they don't know like how many calories they should be taking. Not
now
knowing
it
that
has the most
1,000
calories. I'm saving money on that. Way more calories for my buck on that
It's
one.
true though. It's true though. Like a lot of people are like, "Well, I'm supposed to be taking 5,000 calories, right? Or 10,000? I don't know." I'm like,
3,000
"No, dude. It's
calories is 1 pound.
That's pretty easy at the Cheesecake Factory.
3,000 calories.
oh my
Dude,
god,
there's shit there that's like it's what is it? The jambalaya is like 2,200 calories.
holy shit!"
I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's more than a lot of
At,
people's a lot of
at
daily
the Cheesecake
value.
Factory.
Oh wow.
A
Yeah.
piece of cheesecake by itself is
The
like
Stephanie, the red velvet one, is like 1,800 calories.
1,800 calories.
You know what amazes me is there's different McDonald's all over the world. Like personally, like I've been to the Philippines, and at the McDonald's in the Philippines they sell spaghetti.
Oh yeah, because that's a for
Because
some
that
reason that's a really big
Yeah,
Filipino
that's a big
thing.
Filipino thing. It's to like for spaghetti, and then in India they sell curry.
Really?
Yeah.
The one I went to in Mexico, they had jalapeno. Whatchamacallit, like
Chicken sandwiches.
that, and whatchamacallit, little packets of jalapeno sauce or.
Oh,
spread.
yeah?
That's
Oh,
cool.
man.
Dude, you know what I wish they brought back in the U.S. was the jalapeno chicken sandwich. I would eat that shit, and it tasted so good because it was spicy. Like it gave it flavor, you know. And I'm like, oh, I would eat two. Like, yeah, because they're so small.
Hmm.
It was really good, but they don't sell them anymore. The only downside is that it did give me the shits. Mainly because it was a horrible food to put into my body, and add jalapenos to that, yeah, you're burning up. But, but dude, they were bomb as fuck. Like I'm like, ugh, I know this is gonna give me the shits, but I'm doing it. I'm going
Talking about
for it.
Chipotle?
Okay, so
What did I miss?
but I was saying that
I'll be
like
back.
all these different countries have McDonald's, and they all put their like cultural twist on it, and but in the Philippines it's like kind of like a luxury to go to McDonald's. Like I think it's amazing like how the U.S. how like we look at McDonald's, and like the Philippines is like, oh, it's
I watched a documentary. It was about the kids in the Taliban, but the first 10 minutes was completely different. It was about guns in the Philippines, and apparently,
Oh, was it by Vice? That documentary
Yes.
show?
I think so. It's like this.
It
Old-
was produced by Bill Maher.
Yes,
Yes.
what?
produced by Bill Maher. I thought that was interesting. But there are people making illegal guns everywhere in the Philippines, and everyone has a gun. People just have a shitload of guns in the Philippines. There's like no gun control. And they were talking to the guy who was running for governor or some important political figure, And like twice during the fucking 10-minute documentary, he got like the assassination attempts. Like 2 people he got shot at like twice. And he's like, yeah,
That's so crazy.
when you try to run for office here, you know, you probably die before you even get elected in the Philippines.
The government in the
shit.
Philippines is super corrupt. Like,
is.
really, really corrupt.
Fucking Emperor Manny Pacquiao
no,
is
Emperor
my dad was exiled. Like he had to flee. He had to flee the country because he was.
What?
Under, yeah,
I didn't know that.
He
Your
was
dad
under-
all of a sudden is cool as fuck.
I know.
Wait, hold on. Let's find out why. We should
Okay,
Oh, God.
so are you guys familiar with Imelda Marcos and like the Marcos era? He was like a Filipino president, aka dictator for the
How would
past
I
20 years.
be aware of that? There was
Well,
no.
okay, so I think the Philippines kind of has like the same thing as us, but instead of every 4 years, 4 years they elect a president every 6 years. But this president was elected president, and then he just stayed on for 20 years. Like
You're
he did not
kind of
go-
overstating.
People are like, wait. People are like 5 years later, someone's like, wait a minute.
He
What's
was
going on?
They just
here?
forgot their whole. Oh,
He
we're
was-
gone.
He was just like corrupt. Like he knew who to talk to. He killed anyone who was in the way. He
And like the citizens of the Philippines weren't just like, so when is voting day?
and
They were just like, whoa.
Exactly. But my dad was one of the guys who was like really against him, and like he was like a protester, and he was eventually like my dad was hit. Like he was like
Who is this guy?
President Marcos. My dad was just like, he was in the scene too much, and they threatened to kill him. So he had to go flee to Spain, and
God
he
damn.
worked there for a few years, and then he got the okay to come to the U.S. And then I found out that I had a sister when I was 5 years old. We found out. He found out that she was a love child. Like he got someone pregnant in Spain, and she didn't know.
That is awfully detailed.
Love
A lot
child.
of information to say on this podcast.
A love child.
But I love her. She's my sister, and I love her to death. And
There's another word for that, by the way. I love.
But I mean, he didn't find he didn't. No one in the family knew about her until I was 5, until I was already born. Like my mom didn't know about her.
Do you keep in contact with her now?
Yeah, like except like she speaks fluent Spanish and French, so she's the whole reason why I took French. Because
So you guys speak French to each other, then, right?
No,
You're not as good as her.
Not
She's
as
the
good as
better
her.
Grace.
She's European.
Better Grace.
You know?
Better
You know,
Grace.
she has like tattoos and stuff. She has a daughter.
Cool
already.
Grace.
Wow.
CG.
Yeah, she has a daughter. I have a niece.
So where do we request this exchange?
Anyways, I'm just excited. I'm going to go see her next year. I'm
That's
going to meet
awesome.
my niece for the first time. That'll be exciting.
So it turns out this guy, Marcos, is dead.
Yeah. Well, he
He
was.
died in
he was
'89.
In Hawaii.
Yeah, in Hawaii.
What was he doing in Hawaii?
Because he was exiled.
He was exiled.
Oh, he was exiled. Like,
Yeah, apparently
You
public
guys gotta think
outrage
for
over the
islands like
assassination.
that.
Hold on.
He got assassinated in Hawaii?
In
You even have
19
guns in Hawaii?
in 1989, his government was accused of being involved in the assassination of his primary political opponent, Benigno Aquino Jr.
And now
Aquino
Aquino,
Jr.
now his son, Aquino's son, is the president of the Philippines today.
Oh,
Is that a good thing?
well.
We'll find out.
Is it like a
Public
It's
outrage
really
over the
corrupt.
assassination served as the catalyst for the People Power Revolution in February 1986 that led to his removal from power and eventual exile in Hawaii. It was later discovered that during his 20-year rule, 5 years, it just for 5 years.
I told you guys.
He and his wife had moved billions of dollars of embezzled public funds to accounts and investments in the United States, Switzerland, and other countries.
Okay.
Fuck.
Time out. Imelda Marcos is known for having over 3,000 pairs of shoes.
What?
No reason. Probably even more.
Well, shoes are made there, right? I mean, she just go downstairs and just have someone make some for her.
I know.
Okay, so go on.
No, that's basically it, but
She
fuck.
created jobs.
She created jobs.
Isn't that crazy? So my
Imelda the wife?
That's what she's called. That's her title.
Imelda the wife.
No, she is the wife of
Marcos. Imelda Marcos, yeah.
God damn it, dude.
So
what an asshole.
Yeah, so my dad.
That's a lot of money.
My
Billions.
Dad, yeah. My dad was like, we need to like tear this guy down.
And this was like in the early 80s?
Well,
Because
let's
my dad went to
see.
Spain in, like,
Member of the Philippine House of Representatives from 49 to 59 and became part of the Senate 59 to 65 and was Senate President from 63 to 65.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't say when he was, how long he was the ruler or whatever.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. Fuck, I just read that. Oh my god, I'm
Yeah, so crazy.
That's
fact.
crazy. You gotta look up to your dad for that.
I know, I totally do. He's the only guy in my life
That's really awesome. I only met him once, and it was kind of awkward inside that Coco's. Do you remember I met him at a Coco's restaurant?
You met who?
Her dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Coco's?
My dad's a G, dude. He's I want to bring him on the show.
You
But,
should.
He went to. He's an engineer now. He's a trained engineer, but he started his career off as a mechanic, and then he joined the Navy, and then he started learning about airplanes. So he was like an airplane mechanic.
Oh, cool.
And then so he was in the car industry because he was a mechanic for cars, and in the plane industry. And then my dad was in the Navy too, so he was on the boat. And then now he's working with trains. So I'm just like, I think you've like literally covered every like.
So just say
travel.
engineer, asshole.
Well, because he started off as a conductor for the trains for Union Pacific, and then, but he worked for Northwest Airlines for 13 years, and that's why I got so many flying benefits when I was little.
Oh wow.
Because he would, one day, I should have taken him up on this offer. He came out here to come visit me. He lived in New Jersey, so he would fly 6 hours to come visit me. And he'd be like, "Where do you feel like going?" And I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Do you want to go to Hawaii?" And I'm like, "I don't know how I feel about that." And he goes, "Yeah."
Coldstone.
Not knowing.
There's an LMO right here. It's the
Yeah,
same
well,
thing.
I got in the conversation of him. I was like, "Well, how long does it take?" He's like, 6 hours, and I'm like, 2 and back, and I'm like 12 hours on the plane, and he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "But you just spent 6 hours on the plane. Like you'd be in a plane for like 24 hours. Like
Yeah, they
You know what I
overwork
mean?
pilots.
so it's like
Yeah.
I was like, I should have taken him up on the offer, but I was like, I don't want you to overtime yourself with planes. Yeah.
That's cool, your dad.
My dad's
Yeah.
amazing.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No, I have not.
You
But
know,
I've
me
been to
neither.
almost like
never
every
been.
country in Asia, and then I've been to Canada.
Almost every country in Asia?
Mhm.
In Asia, even like
Asia is-
Kazakhstan and
Yeah.
Uzbekistan, and India and Russia and China.
Asia is
Oh no,
huge.
I meant like.
She's gonna be like-
I meant like Southeast Asia.
She's like, yeah, but it was like really, really short.
No,
Not
but
the real Asia.
I think
Yeah.
Vanessa.
Not the real
I
Asian.
think Vanessa might be coming.
Wow.
Which one, the good one or the bad one?
Which is the good one?
The West.
Yeah, she cut that one. Who's the other one?
I don't know.
What time is it?
Doesn't matter. God.
It's
Gosh.
9:18.
The good one in the West.
We've only been doing this for like half an hour.
48 minutes.
48
Not
minutes.
bad.
That's awesome.
So,
That's cool though. I didn't know that about your dad.
My dad.
Yeah.
I wonder. No, my dad was in the U.S. when Belize became liberated. So, talk about fighting people. Going back to Nelson Mandela. If anybody wants to talk about that, does nobody want to talk about Nelson Mandela?
No,
he was a
Grace-
great man.
Grace wanted to talk about that movie she saw with him in it.
Oh, the documentary.
Yes.
I want to see that one.
Oh yeah, that one's coming out, right?
No, it's already out.
Where is that? Is it only select theaters,
I
or
think so,
because I keep on seeing like the
Yeah.
poster at Starbucks,
He
I really want
so I
died-
see it every day.
He died like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
And they already made a documentary.
No,
Well,
it's already out.
It was just
It was
they were
already
ready-
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just a coincidence. Same thing with like Ray
Yeah,
Charles.
it's
Like
just
they
a
were making the
huge
movie, and then all of a
coincidence.
sudden he died,
All of a
and
sudden.
then Johnny Cash.
That's when they know when to pass. Is when
He's sick. Let's make a movie. Oh, dude, what if that is the truth? No, he's such a great man. I liked him. I remember. Huh? You know what? I don't know. I didn't really read up on his death. It was, yeah, but he was sick. He was sick for a while.
He was already dying.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how he died. I remember watching him as a kid though, and I didn't really understand what the fuck was going on.
He's so amazing. He's an amazing speaker. Like the way he like uses his words and like the tone of his voice. Like he gives so much hope to his country.
Yeah.
Like that's what I got from him. I'm just like, wow, he's a very powerful speaker.
You know what though? Like, it's. Oh.
There you go. No, what? Hey. So anyway.
God dang it, guys! See, this is why I don't like getting high before fucking podcast. God. Yeah. You guys are here for me, right? You guys are here for me.
You do what you gotta do.
You know what? It's crazy that he was in jail for 27 fucking years.
Yeah.
I knew he was a prisoner, and he was on Oprah because she made a big, she interviewed him.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he was in jail for.
Because he was why did he go to jail? Oh, because he was basically the way the country was set up was that the minority, which was primarily white people, they were like seen as more prestige, and they would sort of like segregation here, except it was more severe, I believe.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad, but because they still give some rights to them, it was kind of like a trade-off and negotiation. But basically, before he got arrested, he was kind of speaking and like protesting against it, and so they grabbed him and they just threw him in jail for 27 years. And then when he came out, he decided to run for president. He tried, well, not just run for president, but he also like I guess the movement of wanting change just blew up while he was in jail. And throughout the entire time he was in jail, like he was seen as the guide, as the person. But the problem is, he was more of somebody that he was more about negotiation than force and violence. And while he was in jail, there was just force and violence going on all the time with the government. And so it was kind of I don't know a lot about it, but it was pretty hairy, and he was the symbol of like of the movement.
We didn't learn about any of that in school, did we?
No. And you know what? It's weird because it was happening while we were in school.
That's I feel like a lot of the stuff that we learned in school, like I feel like there's things that we should have learned that we learned other things instead for no reason. You know what I mean?
Like God? Catholic school? No? Ten Commandments. Prayers. What's going on in Africa? Nothing, just pray a rosary.
Yeah. Well, you guys went to a Catholic school for high school.
So did you. This happened during the 90s.
Oh, I know. No. Oh, well, I listened to it wrong, but I was going to share a story.
Alright, sorry. Such a party pooper. God dang it.
Well, you guys went to Catholic school for high school, and I went from Catholic school to public school. So I graduated with a class of like 32 kids, and my classmates were like 500. Like for high school.
There were 500?
Yeah, like 500 freshmen.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and like growing up in a Catholic school, like I felt like I was really sheltered. And I remember going into high school, like I met people of like different religions and all different types of backgrounds, and it was just so new and like so foreign to me.
Yeah, but were those kids talking about current events, about shit that was actually happening? Like I can understand.
But that's how I would like eventually grew up, and I would start meeting people, and I'm like at one of my jobs, I met this swimmer. He swims for the Olympics, he swims for Syria. So he started telling me about what was going on in his country and all this stuff, and like a year later, like the whole thing on like Syria happened, and I'm like, oh my god, like someone told me this, you know? Like I was like just like exposed after
I'm sorry.
being so sheltered, I guess.
Mandela died of a lung infection. So I guess he's been fighting it. I think he was pretty sick for a while
that's
though.
that's kind of the same as old age. Though.
Yeah.
When you get old, things just start failing.
Just lump it. He died from cancer. Yeah, he's old.
Well, I'm not very educated about cancer in general. Like, what is the consensus on, like, where does it come from?
It's a mutated cell.
Like, how does it start, though? Like, how do
It's
you,
debatable on how it starts or where it comes from.
like, are you born with that, or do you develop it?
You
do you
are
get it from other things, or is it inevitable that you're going to get it no matter how you live your life?
Well, it depends who you ask, because
It depends who you ask.
it does, because technically it's a mutated cell that will continue to reproduce itself,
Right.
and will never stop, and that's the difference between that cell and our own regular cells.
Right.
Now, everybody believes that. That's the consensus.
No, yeah, that's all I really understand
Now,
about it.
Yeah, but now there's an argument as to why that's happening and why there's such a spike into that happening.
Yeah, it's getting
and
more
a lot of
more
people are
intense.
saying that it might be genetics, like it's just now we're going through a mutation phase. A lot of people, and I'm gonna agree with this crowd,
Mutation
is that
phase.
it's the food.
Yeah.
Now
All the
we're
processed
ingest
shit, all the hormones.
Exactly, we're taking so many chemicals that our body doesn't know what to do with, and it's mutating. Probably not the people that first take it, but the offspring of those kids who actually get the genetic mutation.
Or both, everybody. Yeah. Now it's just then it's becoming more and more introduced into our
Like breast cancer.
into our genetics.
Well, you know, I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day, and they had I forgot who it was, but she or he, I don't know, who cares. They were talking about how they went to, there was this small tribe that, I mean, a poor tribe, didn't have much food, but what they had was all natural and mainly like plant food and some meat here and there. Not a lot of variety, but they were healthy. They would live a long time. There was no diabetes and let alone cancer. They didn't even think about that. A Coca-Cola company came in and offered jobs, and they with the company, of course, comes different types of food and Western culture. And within 2 years, there was a huge spike in diabetes and cancer in just 2 years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I think about like third world countries where, because of neoliberalism, there's this movement of like Coca-Cola and other companies that deal with food, and they bring in Western culture and just like fucking just walk in and bring their own shit in. Like, oh, you guys are doing everything wrong. Here's our food. And just to find the natural and original villages and citizens that were living there just deteriorate, fall apart completely, health-wise, culture-wise, language-wise.
It's
sometimes.
really fucking sad, and it's even more sad because I feel like we live, like the society that we live in, even in LA, or you know what I mean, or this area where it's more progressive thinking, or where you can go to Whole Foods and shit like that, but even when you go to Whole Foods, like people aren't educated about nutrition at all. A lot of people aren't. Like you were saying, people don't know how many calories they take in, but like someone will look at something that says all natural and they'll be like, oh, so it's healthy or organic. Even if it's organic or vegan or whatever,
it's true.
You can get fat eating a bunch of vegan shit. Like just because it's vegan doesn't mean you should eat as much as you want of it.
But vegan junk food totally exists.
No, yeah, it does, right? And it's fucking delicious.
And most people,
and it tastes better than not vegan junk food. In my
You know what the weird thing is? They think the same thing about gluten-free food.
Gluten is not necessarily healthy. It just doesn't have gluten.
It just doesn't have gluten. It has the same amount of calories. It has the same amount of horrible shit.
It's just as bad for you.
The only reason why you should be gluten free is if you have like celiac disease. If you're like actually allergic to gluten. Like I remember my
gluten's not a good thing.
That's debatable because.
But my friend in college, she would always be like, I'm allergic to gluten. I'm allergic to gluten. But she would pound beers all night. So it's like.
That's a lot of gluten.
Well, if you're gonna poison yourself anyway.
Yeah, but
Just saying.
like, and then her other friend.
Might as well do it with some flavor. You know?
Her other friend had like a sip of beer, and he had like, you know, like a reaction to it, an allergic reaction. So like people are, you know, allergic to.
There is.
Well, yeah, but I think what they're just trying to say is that people like take shortcuts, like they don't think about this kind of stuff, and they aren't educated, and they're exploited by companies very easily because they'll say like this is fat free, they'll have a bunch of sugar, or this is sugar free, they'll have a bunch of fat, or it'll be so like chemically produced that you're just drinking like potions made in the lab. You know what I mean? Like this isn't an actual drink. There's nowhere you can go to get a real version of this. You know what I mean? And like energy drinks, there are people who still drink like 4 cans a day or like 6 cans a day.
Yeah.
I've seen people who are like
They
my
found that.
my stepmom's son-in-law. Like all he drinks is Red Bulls.
We're not naming names, but.
Well, no one knows who my stepmom or her son-in-law are.
So he drinks what?
A lot of Red Bulls. Like that's all he drinks. And he and my dad went golfing in Vegas because this guy loves golfing. And it was, you know, 100 and whatever degrees outside. And this guy's only drinking Red Bull.
That's sad.
Golfing. Like golfing's not like a heavy. There's a lot of walking, a lot of movement. Like it's not like you're just sitting there. Like and you're out in the sun. There's no shade. You know what I mean? So if you're not drinking, you have to stay hydrated. And like he had like a heat stroke or some shit. You know what I mean? I mean he's fine, but it's just. So like I wonder what it was.
You know how fast your heart is beating?
Yeah.
Dude, you're dehydrating yourself by drinking that. You're dehydrating yourself. You're like, oh, the sun's not doing it fast enough.
There's 25.7 grams inside Red Bull
Of what? Sugar?
of sugar. Yeah.
Dude, my mom bought these little cans of A&W root beer. They're like this big, right? They're super tiny, like half the size, I guess, of a regular can. And on the side, 120 calories for that tiny ass can, and 36 grams of sugar.
Wow.
I'm like, 36 grams of sugar, it's like this big. I'll eat the tiny little barrel of sugar.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I had some
Jesus
of my
Christ.
little cousin's Coke. I had to sip because I was like, I haven't had Coke in like months or like years probably. So I took a sip and I'm like, yeah, I don't miss that.
You know what? That's
makes
actually
my
what.
teeth feel
That's
like
actually what
rubber.
made me get off of soda, is because my mom and my dad took me to this like herbalist, like natural doctor in downtown LA for some reason. I don't know. And like they told me,
Put like chicken's butt on his forehead.
well, I really enjoyed it. I
Sprinkle
liked it a
rose
lot because they did acupuncture on me. I was 13
Oh,
years
wow.
old, and
That
they
sounds
did
awesome.
they did acupuncture, and I meditated, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't go back, but the only problem is that they recommended this like herbal drink for me to drink every morning and every night, and for like 3 months.
I'm helping you.
Well, I'm like, what is this? And he's like, it's gonna make you grow. It's gonna make you lose all that fat and grow really tall, and you're
What the fuck?
gonna be really healthy. And I'm like, yeah, that's bullshit. And I asked my parents, and they're like, it's good for you. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Tasted like shit. Nastiest drink ever. And I would drink it every morning. My parents would be on my ass about it too.
wow.
I'm like, why am I drinking this? And so like after the 3 months
Did
was
Jesse
over.
drink this?
Here's the thing. No, I was the only one.
You're the only one.
I was the only one.
That's so
Did it
funny that you're
work?
taller than him.
Well,
Jesse got to drink whatever Jesse wanted.
I know. Well, the thing is, throughout this entire time, I can't drink soda, he said. You're not allowed to drink soda this entire time. And I'm like, ugh, like that sucks. And I would drink soda every fucking day. At school, when I got home. And I'm 13. And so I'm drinking this nasty drink for 3 months. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I want a soda, you know? I want one really bad. And once the 3 months was over, I had a drink of soda. Tasted like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tasted worse than the herbal drink that I was drinking.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I just don't want soda anymore.
Yeah.
And so since then, I just don't drink soda.
Yeah, I don't drink soda anymore.
I was 13. Damn, dude, that's
The only time I drink soda
it's
is
11
mixed
years
with
since
alcohol.
I've been drinking.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only time.
Yeah.
And again, the theory is, well, if I'm poisoning myself
Fuck it.
anyway.
Yeah.
Sugar actually makes you get drunk in a different way. Like it helps your body
Oh, yeah.
react. And I mean, it's so sugary and sweet. It just masks the harshness of the booze almost completely. Like it surprisingly masks alcohol. Alcohol's
Yeah.
a hard thing to mask.
Especially the Long Islands.
Oh my god!
But
I
like
mean,
4 strains of like alcohol.
Long Island iced teas are
Sugar.
ridiculous. I'm like, that little thing is not gonna. I'm not gonna feel shit, and you drink it, and it just hits you.
Yeah.
Shit faced.
Right? Drunk.
Yeah. It's funny because Scotland tells me that he makes different drinks all the time. He's trying to learn one new drink every week, and he names me these drinks. I'm like, man, when I go to a bar one day, I'm gonna order
I'm
this.
gonna say that.
What do you guys usually order at a bar?
I like sour whiskey or
Yeah?
whiskey sours.
I like old fashions.
I think I'm gonna start trying
Old fashions are good.
Old
They-
fashions.
Did they
and,
use the fruit, right? Of the orange?
Yeah, it's like bitters and like
If they're
brown
done right.
sugar.
Bitters.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I saw a bartender make it at
It's
like
so good.
It is good.
some woody.
But it's like you're
restaurant.
paying so. What did I get? What did I get at
Old fashions aren't
Delicious.
expensive.
I like Manhattans because I like whiskey. Like I'm a whiskey. That's my
Me
liquor.
too.
I think it was
Really?
yeah. Manhattans are good. I like
I found your
Manhattans.
weakness.
I have a bottle of whiskey in my car.
Tequila.
I have two.
I'm a whiskey girl.
I have two
Getting
bottles
shit
of
faced tonight.
I have 2 bottles of whiskey in my car, unopened.
Oh yeah. Wait, is it Jack?
Well, fuck this shit. Let's bring out the whiskey.
We come back on the whole last half of the podcast is incoherently yelling at each other.
What exactly is it?
More than we are now.
Manhattan. It's just I don't know. I just know it's like with whiskey. I don't know what they make with it. but-
It's like 2 things
Huh?
mixed.
Have you had Maker's Mark?
Whiskey?
Yeah.
It's a really good one. It's a whiskey drink.
It is.
I think it's probably my favorite.
And the top is sealed with wax.
Oh, it is.
Like
Yeah.
sealant wax. It's really tasty.
That with ginger ale? It's
Yes.
so good.
Really?
That's what we
Ginger
had in San
ale?
Francisco. We got a bottle of Maker's Mark and some ginger ale, and we were just
Yeah.
drinking that in the hotel room. It was awesome.
Yeah. After
Sounds
leaving
like
this guy who was like dancing like Mick Jagger.
Yes.
Mick
We went into-
Jagger?
It was like little, like,
We need to plan a trip to San Francisco.
it was weird.
You got a
dude.
point. You got a point.
He did!
He was like doing this kind of shit. He was spinning around on one leg.
Wow.
He was like this old, tall, thin white man.
He has moves.
Oh, I thought you were dancing like Mick Jagger. Oh.
The guy who owned the liquor store was doing it.
I barely see him.
All right, so it looks like an old
He does look
fashioned.
neat.
An old fashioned uses 1 sugar cube, 3 dashes of Angostura bitters,
Bitters.
Bitters.
water, well, ice, 2-ounce rye whiskey, and an orange peel for garnish.
Yeah, it was so pretty when they made
They're
it.
tasty.
Yeah. Yeah, the first time
Oh, and you
I ever
crush
had,
it.
The first
Oh.
time I
Look
ever
up-
had it
look
was
up
in
Manhattan.
downtown. We were at Casey's Pub for that
Oh
show.
yeah. I want to go visit the Edison in downtown.
Let's go.
The Edison.
Yeah,
Sounds
okay,
fun.
I've never been
It's
to that one.
the it's Los Angeles' first power plant in downtown, and it's a basement, and they converted it recently into a really classy 1920s, 30s, 40s
What?
vintage.
I'm super down to go all dressed up. Are you down?
They,
I'm down to
they
get dressed
still
up.
have
Yeah.
the original power plant, like
I'm gonna be the bum.
like you see, like just the
I will
skeleton
be
of
the
it.
African American doorman.
And they kind of
The
just
white
like
gloves.
polished it, and they have.
Where is this?
Is this not a
It's
character
in
party?
downtown Los Angeles, yeah, somewhere. And they
When?
have,
When do you guys want to get to this?
It's by Pershing Square.
it's,
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's recommended that you dress in the style of like.
Spats. And the bow tie.
But you don't have to. And
have a
they
top
have
hat.
those performances, burlesque performances.
Oh,
That
let's
sounds
go.
dope.
And live music.
Wait, is this a
Well,
It's just,
restaurant?
it's just
Or
taking
bar?
off gloves. All right.
Yeah, is
Look
this
at
a
your hopes
restaurant or is-
up.
I think they serve food, and there's like the bar, and then there's the music room, and then there's another like.
Oh,
private,
it's probably
intimate
like that
room.
place in Hollywood that we went to that Sean took us to.
That's Sean.
Wait,
oh
so
no,
is this
no,
a
it's not.
restaurant?
No,
It's
this
like a
is bigger.
restaurant.
It's a
Yeah.
bar.
It's a
slash
bar.
club mostly. Yeah.
All right, so Manhattan, 3/4 ounce sweet vermouth. Vermouth. I don't know anything about liquor. 2.5 ounce
I just
bourbon
drink it.
whiskey. Yeah, just drink it. 1 dash Angostura bitters.
What are
one-
bitters exactly?
I don't know. Manhattans are really good. I think this might drink right
One
now.
maraschino cherry and one twist orange peel. What's up with the orange peel?
It's a compliment.
Therefore, they
to
just-
whiskey.
It just looks nice. I was thinking.
Citrus and whiskey.
Yeah, it's a
yes.
citrus.
Nobody really eats the
That's
shit.
what it
It's like a peel. Half the time it's seen like just dangling over the fucking drink. It
It's
just
so
looks
pretty. $15. All right.
nice.
So pretty.
There's water spots on the cup. Just shut up and drink it. You let the dog sit. Don't bitch.
I went to this one place in downtown LA. I think it was called the Varnish or something like that. It was like you had to go through a restaurant, and then it was like in some random door. Like, yeah, you don't even know that behind that door is like a little mini bar. It was really cool. And the drinks are expensive, but they custom make it to whatever you want. Like they ask you like, okay, what kind of flavors do you want? What kind of alcohol do you like? And then they just make some.
Is this a new age bar where they also ask you what mood are you in?
What
What's
flower would you like the essence of?
What month were you born?
It was so cool.
I want to get to know you, so the drink could be you.
Your moon is in 7th Sun Capricorn. So you're a level 12 moonwalker.
You're an Earth Capricorn.
Level 12 moonwalkers love this drink.
Unless you're level 13. Then you hate it.
So
What was your mom's last name?
speaking of cool bars, I've been going to this. I've been
She
going,
wants to go away from the
I've been going to this bar in Venice. So there's two bars. There's a townhouse, which is upstairs, and then there's a speakeasy, which is downstairs.
A
So
what?
it's two
A
bars.
speakeasy is like a ghost town saloon kind of thing, right?
Well, because during the Prohibition, like bars had to close down. Dun dun dun. There's a basement.
That's how they did it. That's how they did it.
That's her walking down.
Dun dun dun.
So now the drinking and the cockfights have to happen in the same place.
Do you cockfights or freaking?
Intense.
Yeah, they are.
What about
Please, you guys are gonna have to
Yeah.
see cockfights and donkey shows and tell me how they go.
Talking.
This is Belize, not Mexico.
I know it's not as nice as Mexico, but I'm
like
sure I'm sure the donkeys are top notch.
The donkeys are fun.
Grade B at work.
Anyway, tell us more about this.
Yes, please.
About what?
Have you been
Donkey
there?
shows. The speakeasy.
Oh, you've been
the
going
speakeasy.
there.
Oh, I've been going there. Yeah. So, yeah, the upstairs is a bar, a regular bar. There's like the tiny dance floor, and there's a pool table, and then downstairs there's just a bar. And then when I went last time, they throw shows there. Like lots of bands play there sometimes. And the last time that I went, there was that improv show. So that was
Really?
cool. Yeah, they threw an improv show downstairs at the speakeasy.
That's super awesome.
Yeah.
You know
so
what?
If you guys ever want to come, like,
I was gonna say I've never been to an improv show.
oh, it's amazing.
I've been there once.
I've been going to the West Side Comedy Theater in Santa Monica.
Oh.
$5 for the whole night.
I really want to see some stand-up comedy. I really like.
Yeah,
stand-up
me too.
comedy.
Yeah, they do stand up too.
I had fun going to the Laugh Factory with you in Long
Oh.
Beach. It was fun.
Yeah.
What did you guys see?
Oh, nobody famous, but
Oh, I remember that. I remember when you guys were doing
And we went to Sgt. Pepper's right afterwards.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which, by the
wow.
way, I was
Was
not
okay.
drunk enough to go to Sgt.
Yeah.
that.
Pepper's.
You have to
with-
be drunk.
For
Yeah.
those that, because I gotta explain what Sgt. Pepper's is. Sgt. Pepper's is pretty much a live piano,
It's a dual
Dual
piano
piano.
bar.
dual piano bar, and everybody's singing drunk as fuck, requesting different songs, and everybody's into it. And we got there just a little not drunk enough.
You gotta catch up quick to get
Yeah.
into it. But you gotta be, I mean, you don't have to be drunk to have a good time, but you'll have for sure a way better time if you're drunk.
But
Because everyone there is drunk and you're just singing. with
Yeah, you're
everyone.
just singing with
Yeah.
drunk people, and you're like, I'm not drunk enough. God
And there's
dang
people
it.
standing on tables doing
Yeah.
crazy ass shit, sitting
Snoring
on the
coke on the
piano.
side.
you know what I
Snort- yeah.
appreciated about that night wasn't like the comedy show or like the bar, but I really liked those ink blot tests that my friend had.
Oh, yeah, you're
Remember
right.
that?
So we did
that?
these ink block tests. You know, remember when psychiatrists
Yeah.
used to say, what does this
Or
look like?
the,
That looks like a vagina. No, it's a flower.
That
Or-
was
They're called Rorschach tests.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Sure they are.
Right? Rorschach. Yeah, the ink
Anyway, they would test you on. She would like ask you what this is like and so forth, and then at the end you would go back to the ones that you thought were really pretty, really attractive, or
Right.
we would go back and it kind of generally tells you what kind of personality you are.
Really?
You're Batman.
I am Batman. I think that was confirmed, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Wait, what? She said that, or you just told her you're Batman? And she's like, yeah.
All right, that was all a joke.
Christian is Batman. This is a fact.
God
You're
dang.
Batman, but you're the Batman that ends up with Robin. If that makes sense to you, I don't know what this means. You're like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense. Scotland's your Bat. Scotland's your Robin.
Oh!
He's all like, yeah.
Is he gonna get mad?
Everyone
I'm
was
sorry,
thinking
Scotland.
it.
I'm
So
sorry.
anyway, they-
Everyone was thinking.
Anyway, I had.
I just said it.
Even the listeners were like, thank God.
Sorry.
Someone had to say it.
Anyway,
And you know I don't apologize.
the ink blot test was fun. Jackasses.
So what was your personality?
Shit, I wish I knew.
I wish I knew it. I wish I recorded it.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. Just getting
It's
to
less
know.
than fire.
No, we were there for like half an hour because we
in
did.
the parking structure. I know.
Yeah, we were just
wow.
doing that.
Wait, that was your friend?
Yeah.
Or
Like
just
doing
a
what?
friend?
We were just in the parking lot because we were waiting, and we're like, "Hey, you know, I have this," and I'm like, "Oh, let's do it." So we started doing it, and some of it, well, the majority of it was pretty close. Not all of it. It wasn't all.
But it was interesting how.
Yeah, it was interesting how just the concept that's what they
Yeah.
did to people to find out.
Because like sometimes like you could either like see a face or you see like two women or like you see it just depends on your perception and like your perspective and
Did it come with like a manual or? was
Yeah,
it
it did.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so
that-
you could
and-
actually
and
go
that's
buy
how-
it?
I think Urban Outfitters.
no.
Where did she get it?
You would.
I think it would be. I think it was Urban
That
Outfitters.
makes sense.
Yeah, I could totally see
You
that.
get all kinds of random shit there. That place is, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's something like their cameras and some of their other shit.
They sell
So-
like records, like for no reason. They just sell records of like contemporary, like Lady Gaga albums.
So I want to share with you guys the Cards Against Humanity game.
We know about that game.
Okay, so they did this like awesome thing on Black Friday because normally it's $25.
Oh, at Urban Outfitters?
No, like on the
Online.
website. Did you see it?
Yeah.
What?
No. Normally it's $25 just for the game, right?
Yeah.
But on Black Friday they were like, we jumped up the price $30.
They did.
No
You were
way.
showing me because we
Yeah.
were thinking about buying
They're like, this
it.
is the best Black Friday. Like,
No way, that is funny. What an asshole thing to do.
That's
I'll send you the
because they know
picture.
marketing mentality. They're gonna be like, everyone's gonna buy it the next day when the price goes back down.
I know, dude. I'll show it to you.
It's only $25.
super
It was
funny.
30 yesterday. I should buy it.
Yeah, and then like you could just see the comments. The comments were like, "Damn, I just bought it at regular price yesterday. Can I exchange it and buy it again?"
Are you
Oh,
serious?
they were down for the cause.
Because it's funny. It's funny. Everyone
you'll
just wants
buy
to be
it
a
for
part
the
of
look.
it.
Oh my god. Today only, all Cards Against Humanity products are $5 more. Don't miss this once in a lifetime, sir. That is genius.
Right?
That is genius.
Right? It just my respect for that game just shot up like 10%.
That's pretty
20.
interesting. I like that. I don't give a fuck attitude.
Yeah.
I know.
I can respect that.
Can you believe? Have you seen like some of the videos and stuff? Did you hear about that cop that was dragged around by a car on
What?
Black Friday? Yeah, apparently there was this guy that I forgot where, but this guy was a suspect of like stealing.
Was it in California?
I forgot where.
I don't know.
Anyway, the security was chasing him, and somehow got caught or stuck to the car,
Yeah.
and got dragged off for a while. And apparently nobody was helping him.
So people saw
Yeah,
it,
man.
no one
People
helped?
just stare and fucking watch. Like that's.
Well,
the
they
thing.
didn't want to lose their line, their spot in line. What a dick day, Black Friday.
It's horrible, man. I stayed in and watched movies all fucking day that day. I ate leftovers from Thanksgiving, and I watched. Okay, have you seen Gangster Squad? That movie's the shit.
The one with
Denzel
Josh
Washington?
Brolin, the guy from The Notebook.
No.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
Emma, dude, it is fucking. You would like it.
Oh, you know.
I
what's
would
funny?
like
You
it.
would really like a Gangster Squad.
It's based in LA.
You know
It's
what's
in LA in the 1920s, I think.
Really?
And
Dude,
it's
it
like
just came.
the-
How long ago was that?
It came out earlier this year, I think, or early this year. Sean Penn plays the bad guy,
Because I remember walking around downtown, Art Walk, and they were filming that. And I was like, that
Yeah.
looks like it's
You know how
gonna be
many
a good
films
movie.
they filmed
Yeah, it's
downtown?
out. They live in LA.
No, but it was because everyone was like, is that Ryan Gosling?
Oh,
And, like, he was actually,
really?
like, filming.
It's-
No, it was
it's-
actually for Drive 2.
Oh. That movie.
Actually?
That's a good movie. Drive.
I have not seen it.
If
I have
you
it on
still
my
haven't seen it?
I have it on my
And
list on
you-
Netflix.
You'll like the music too. The music's really good.
You're gonna like Gangster Squad more though.
And it's on
Somebody
Netflix, too.
continue fight for my attention. We'll find out which movie I see first. You guys are just recommending Ryan Gosling films. The Notebook. You'll love The Notebook too.
I don't like him as an actor.
Depends what role he's playing.
Like I see, I think for I've never
Notebook
seen one
was-
of his chick flicks, but it seems like he's more of a chick flick actor than he is an action actor for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I didn't think he was very. I don't know.
There was a lawyer film that he was in that Anthony Hopkins was like the bad guy in.
Everything Anthony Hopkins is in is probably going to be a good movie.
Yeah,
Thor
but I liked
was
Ryan.
not good.
I like
the first
Ryan.
Thor wasn't. The second Thor was okay.
You thought it was okay?
It was okay. I mean, even though Natalie Portman's in it, it's still a good movie.
What an asshole, dude! Why you gotta be
That is-
addicted to Natalie Portman?
That is default.
What?
I'm sorry. I don't think Padme is very amazing.
Ladies
as an
and gentlemen,
actress.
this happens all the time. All the time.
All right, first of all, for
Just
some
because you
reason,
make out with Mila Kunis doesn't mean you're a movie star. You know what I mean? Like, that's her claim to fame. All right, she's the Kim Kardashian of lesbian scene.
what? Fuck you, asshole!
I'm sorry, the Paris Hilton of lesbian
Well,
scene.
Wow.
Lady Gaga wears meat suits, and Natalie Portman makes out with chicks from that '70s show. Just Mila Kunis.
what a dick. Natalie Portman deserves way more than what she has right now.
Has she ever
Forrest
won
girlfriend.
anything?
Except that husband of hers.
What husband?
The ballerina.
The best movie. The best Thor movie was The Avengers because Natalie Portman was not in it.
Anyway, let's move on from Natalie Portman.
Yeah, thank you. I think everybody would like that forever, right? At least didn't we all just move on from her? But no, you keep coming back.
Fuck you, asshole.
It's like I want
Natalie
to see
Portman-
more, but
you
she's
know what?
in it. They're making me watch her. They put her in awesome movies like V for Vendetta. I don't understand. I wonder would the movie be better if it was just that one character and the girl wasn't even in it.
It's just
Just
a
him
tree
talking to
stump.
himself like a crazy person. It's just him. Jessica agrees. She's nodding her head.
Oh my
She's like, finally, someone has the balls to say.
Fuck you, man. I don't know why you hate Natalie Portman so much. What did she do to you? Don't say her acting.
Well, I can't because she doesn't even do that.
Oh.
I'll just act like you're acting. Pretend that you give a fuck, alright?
Oh my god, dude.
Did you guys see that?
Such horrible beef. The biggest beef I've ever
Did
seen
you
with
guys
Natalie
see
Portman.
that Paul McCartney song that she
Yes,
was in?
Dance Night.
with Johnny Depp and Natalie Portman signing. I thought that was super
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's a different one.
They were both beautiful.
Because Natalie
I
Portman
know.
was in that one. The Dance Night music video?
Yeah, but that's not the one.
Oh no, that's
Oh.
not the one I'm talking about. That's the one with like the ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's a good one too. But this one, it's Paul McCartney's song, and it's Johnny Depp and Natalie Portman signing American Sign Language in the whole song.
In front of each other. In black
Is it?
and white, right? Yeah, I think
Is
so.
Did they?
each other?
Was this their first time meeting? Did they not know
I don't know.
that they could listen?
Was Tim Burton the head supervisor? Was Tim Burton supervising this music video?
Dude.
Did he permit Johnny?
Did he let Johnny out of the basement? Helena Bonham Carter in the background dressed like the Harry Potter witch. This is how I look. Yasmin knows what I'm talking
Nope.
about.
Nope.
You said it first.
Never.
Awful.
Terrible.
Just awful.
Mandela.
Why do you... Mandela again. I don't know, whatever.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, why do you have so much beef with Natalie Portman?
She just sucks in acting.
What? Have
What,
you seen
dude?
The Professional? The Professional was pretty good.
The Professional?
Oh,
She was
Why was she
Black
in it?
Swan?
Was she in it to be ironic?
She was on the
Nixon
I know. What? All of a sudden, we mentioned Natalie Portman. This guy's going off. Like
It's
he
like
just.
he's been stored on
I
that.
know. He just thinks about them all day.
He's like, this is my Natalie Portman moment. This is my
Fuck that bitch.
Let it all out, dude.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart. Holy shit.
You sound like a separatist.
Yeah, we did make fun of that thing though.
Right? Forever.
Oh my god.
I would rather Jar Jar have been
Whoa,
Princess
whoa,
Amidala than
whoa,
Natalie Portman.
whoa. You're saying way too much negative shit now.
Hey,
Nobody
so-
wants Jar Jar.
So, how do you guys feel about Disney making more Star Wars films?
That'd be good.
It's awesome.
Are you guys okay with that?
A company with unlimited amounts of money, where they can hire anybody they want, the best director, the best
George Lucas sell
writers.
his
I
rights
hope
to
they
that?
get the
He
best
sold his
writers.
rights.
Yeah.
George Lucas, yeah, he probably should have after the last trilogy. I mean,
Yeah, but at the
Wow,
same
really? That was pretty good.
I like the last trilogy,
Yeah.
but it upset a lot of people, and a lot of classic fans agree. A lot of people consensus, and it's not my opinion, but a lot of people think that Empire Strikes Back was the best Star Wars movie of all of them,
yeah.
and he didn't direct that. He only directed the first one. He directed the first one and then the last three, but he didn't direct Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi.
But
Really?
Why was
I didn't know that.
Why was so his name was just stamped as what a producer?
Because he's the one who wrote.
He's
he
the
wrote-
creator.
He's the creator, yeah.
But he didn't direct it.
He didn't direct it, no.
Interesting.
I don't even know the name of the guy who directed Empire Strikes Back.
That was the first movie that I saw. I think.
It was Irvin Kershner.
Yeah.
Wow.
What other movies did he make? Sounds familiar.
Oh, let's find out. Ah. He has a Yoda thing. Oh, a Yoda head. Looks like he killed Yoda, just ripped it off. Just looking at it.
So, speaking of films, I went to a family Thanksgiving party, and I was talking to a family friend, and he's a writer. He has a twin, and both of them are writers. They work on film, like scripts together. And one of their hobbies is to like go to old bookstores and find these like amazing books and like kind of like write a short screenplay out of them. And I forgot what the book was called, but it's a series that has the potential of being the next like Harry Potter, like Hunger Games.
Cool.
And Universal Studios just bought the script
For what?
Wow.
for the movie.
What's
And
What's the book?
I forgot what the book is called. But
God dang it,
I
Chris.
know.
You ruined
Yeah,
it.
I know, I'm so sorry, I forgot. But I think it's interesting, like how everything just starts off with like conversation and like a book, and like there's a lot of negotiations that come behind it, because we're talking about like writers and directors and stuff. Like
Yeah.
they're writers, and the script is worth $300,000, and that's a lot of money, because they actually went to. They sold a script to MGM, and that was a lot of money too, but that was when MGM kind of tanked and they went bankrupt. So the script was like, like even though they bought it, like it wasn't
I
into a
don't-
movie.
I don't even know what we're talking about. What?
We're talking about like how movies are made and like scripts and like writers, and like there's so much more that goes on behind the scenes and like just
Oh, yeah.
It really depends. I noticed that most of my favorite directors, bless you, are the ones who write their own scripts, like bless you, like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Like all of his stuff is original. It's all stuff he made up. I mean, he draws a lot from his influences and the things he grew up with, but they're all like authentic Quentin. And when you watch a Quentin Tarantino film, if you've never seen it, you're like, that's fucking. Like if you watch Jackie Brown and you've never seen Jackie Brown or heard of it before,
You know
but
it's
you've
Quentin
seen Pulp
Tarantino.
Fiction or something, like you'd be like, it's the same guy.
Yeah, you know it's Quentin
He
Tarantino.
even has like a motif in all his films where like
Yeah,
it's
there's
the
a
same
theme.
scene,
There's a
like,
theme now.
trunk scenes and just the way
Trunk
you see
scenes, the light coming out of like the briefcase, like he has a lot of
Yeah.
scenes like that. Point
Yeah.
of view from inside of things, feet, always feet,
always feet
And
Uma's feet.
always
Uma
Uma
Thurman.
Thurman's feet.
giant ass feet. And dude, in Dust Till Dawn, Salma Hayek puts her feet in his mouth.
That was
I
so
bet he loved
sexy.
that shit.
It looks so sexy.
Oh yeah, I forgot
She
about
put her-
that scene.
I remember when I was younger, I was like, ugh. She's like walking around in the stage, like all that
I
shit.
know, all that nasty-
And then she
all
puts her foot
cigarette.
in his mouth. And then when I found out that Quentin Tarantino has a huge foot fetish, I was like,
Does he
oh.
though in real life?
He probably made Robert Rodriguez do that. He was like, I
You know what I heard is that Quentin Tarantino went to Narbonne.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
He grew up. Yeah, he
Grew up
here.
in the South Bay.
He grew up
He
in
grew up.
Hawthorne.
He grew up with black people. Like no, like his whole influence. Like I'm saying that wrong, but his whole like world was
His
surrounded
crowd.
by yeah.
His
it was-
crowd,
it
all
was
of his
black
friends.
people.
It was like he lived in like
Yeah, he went to jazz clubs and blues.
predominantly like black urban neighborhood from the 70s or
Yeah, which is
whatever,
really-
like 60s, 70s.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's hot. Yeah.
But that's why like Pam Grier, like he watched black exploitation films and he listened to like that kind of like Jungle Boogie and shit like that. Like all of that are pulled influences from him growing up, not necessarily just from the demographic of people he hung out with, but just like his influences. That's the music he listened to, the movies he watched. Like and it's and they really vary because if you look at his movies, they're all homages. Like
Yeah.
it's like Pulp Fiction, like a noir film, and then Jackie Brown's black exploitation. Kill Bill is like samurai movies. Right? Obviously, Django is a Western. Inglourious Bastards is a World War II movie. Like, they're all homages to these films that he grew up and kind of drew influences from, and all of the influences are in all of the movies, but the focus of the theme is, like, one thing. Like, he's like, I'm gonna do a fucking spaghetti Western.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what Inglourious Bastards was. It was a spaghetti Western.
Yeah.
But it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he mixes things up. Like he wants to see those kind of movies, but all put together.
Yeah.
You know, like and a mixture of influences. That's what everything should be, man.
And it's all fan service. Like his shit is just like gratuitous blood and stuff like that. Or like the girl swinging the mace. You're like, it's fucking ridiculous, but it's fun. Like I like what he's doing. Like he's like, I'm just gonna go overboard on all the shit that I like. I'm gonna put a bunch of it in there.
Like Kill Bill, that scene where it turns black and white. They did that because they ran out of like color, like food color, and so they're like, well, make it water and we'll just turn it black and white. And it actually came out way better.
It looked awesome. Like,
It looked
was an
sick
awesome
as fuck.
scene.
And then when it came back to color,
Yeah,
it was like
I know,
that dark. It was that dark. It was that darkness with that
With the
blue
blue?
hue. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my cinematography.
Cinematography, man. Who is it? Pulp
Sam
Fiction.
Mendes is also a really good director. He's the
Sam
one.
Mendes.
He did the
That sounds
007, the most recent one.
The Skyfall.
That's like
Skyfall.
Dude, Skyfall's my favorite James Bond movie. That movie's the
It
shit.
is. It is the best James Bond.
It is the best one.
And it was all about what he wanted to see from the other James Bond films. So he kind of just brought all of that in. He also did the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and his wife.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Oh,
I forgot.
not Inception. That was Christopher
No,
Nolan.
not Inception. Let me see. Sam Mendes. He's a
Sam
sick.
Mendes.
He has a sick
That was a really good movie.
cinematography.
Who? Christopher Nolan's the one who did Memento, right?
Oh, he did Road to Perdition, Revolutionary Road,
American Beauty.
Dude,
how
and
could you forget
Skyfall.
American
I
Beauty?
I know. Shit. God, I hate myself.
Christian, stop it! I deserve this!
I'll get over it.
Dude, American Beauty is in my top 3 favorite movies of all time.
Oh, it looks like he's gonna do the next. No, he's rumored to do the next James Bond.
How are they gonna top that, man?
They should just stop it there. Send
No.
it.
There's so many. That was
Did he
like
do?
the
It
32nd
looks like he
one.
did Jarhead too.
I didn't know Octopussy was a real name for.
Yeah. Octopus. Yeah, Jarhead. I like
It's like-
Jarhead.
Yeah. It's just like the cinema. Oh, and Away We Go. That was
I haven't
good.
seen that.
It's all the cinematography shots that I really enjoy, like in a film, like the way, especially in what was it, Revolutionary Road. There was a scene where I don't want to give out the ending. If you guys haven't seen it, right?
I saw it.
You saw it. Well, I don't want to ruin the ending for you, but it's a scene where like the wife just like is looking out into the window, and it just slowly like opens up. And you see the whole scene, and something happens to the wife. But seeing it all in this one long shot that just expands, it just really gets your mind going. It's really artistic, really thought out. I recommend it for everybody. He's a sick director.
There's that, gosh, what's that movie called?
Pie.
No.
He's married to
Wes Anderson. There you go. There's a new Wes Anderson movie that's coming
Oh,
out.
yes, I want to see that.
I want to see it.
I think it's called the Budapest Hotel.
Yes.
It's
It has everyone in it.
yes.
Everyone. That's why I'm so excited.
the fuck
You-
are we
you-
talking about?
I was
Wes Anderson's
upcoming film.
upcoming film. The last one, Moonrise Kingdom, is super good. Oh my god.
Moonrise Kingdom was good. I like
I
that movie a
loved
lot.
it.
That one's
I like almost
cute.
anything that Ed Norton's in though.
Oh,
That guy's a fucking awesome actor.
I was so close to meeting him, but I walked out. So
I was so close to meeting
It
him.
was-
You popped out early.
no.
Let me tell you a story that never happened.
No, there was a private party for this event, and I got everything done. Like I got all the champagne bottles that needed to be ready, and like I was just impatient. I wanted to go home, and come to find out it was Edward Norton's party.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
What?
Yeah,
That would have been cool.
yeah. And I just walked out. I was just like,
Maybe you manifested it.
it's okay. He's my soulmate. He just didn't know me yet.
Oh my god.
He might have slept in it nice. He probably dodged a bullet, Grace.
He what? He
He
what?
might-
He what?
we missed it. You're gonna have to tune into the podcast.
I know.
It's available on iTunes.
Text you and I'm gonna be like, what did you say?
No, I probably no. Probably not gonna answer it. Just refer it to podcast.
Christopher Nolan directed Memento, right? That's the one
Yeah.
that like, starts in the middle and then like moves out, or starts at the end and then moves towards the middle, and the middle is like the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I heard that if you buy the DVD, they have a
And play
version where you can
backwards.
watch it. No, like in order, like all the scenes in order.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Dude,
cool. Huh?
that
It
is
would-
pretty cool.
It would fuck up the movie. It was the first time you saw it because that's the thing that's awesome about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would be really cool to see the movie in order. Because it starts off with the first scene, and then the last scene, and then like the second scene, and the second to last scene, and then the third, and yeah.
It just goes back and forth, and you get confused.
Because you don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, he's talking to this random ass woman, and then like half an hour later, he meets her for the first time, and you're like, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, by that point, you get it, but it's just like, it makes you think. You can't have that movie on in the background and know what the fuck's going on.
Did
Yeah.
that one get released before Pulp Fiction or after?
What?
I think.
Because
Which
after,
one?
Memento.
Oh, I don't know.
Because my aunt was telling me after Pulp Fiction came out and how the storyline was sliced, presented together, it became trendy.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it did. Yeah, it came out 2001.
Oh.
Pulp Fiction's older than that.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
like 1983.
Yeah, I know. Memento came out 2001.
But I don't think it's copying. Pulp
Actually,
Fiction.
no. I
it
think
does it really
Memento
good.
was based on a book, from what I recall.
Yeah, it's based on a book.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole thing that Quentin Tarantino did, I think what was cool is it was like all different stories that kind of tied together in a way. Like there was a linear order that it went in, but they didn't necessarily have to do with each other. You know what I mean? Like,
There was
Like-
loosely
like-
linked.
yeah, exactly. They were linked in a way where you're like, okay, but like it wasn't like one event led to the other.
Yeah.
Like Vince Vega taking Mia Wallace out on a date and her OD and stuff had nothing to do with Bruce
Spoiler
Willis.
For those
For who haven't seen it, Bruce Willis dies at the end. Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah, Forrest Gump.
I don't know. Memento was a really, really, really good movie.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
I saw it on Netflix. It was just randomly on. I was like, Christopher Nolan, I guess.
Guy Pearce, dude.
Not familiar with him either.
Is he Madonna's husband?
I don't know.
That's what he's known for, but he's a
Not anymore. Right?
not anymore. I mean, like they got divorced. But
He was all-
did, Sherlock Holmes.
He did like a lot of movies.
Oh, he
he
did?
was
I
also
can't
in.
believe you forgot American Beauty.
I know, dude. What the fuck? I'm telling you, man. When I get higher, it gets. I get way too gone. All right.
I know Christian Bale's gonna be in another American movie. Like they thought it was called American something.
Who?
Oh yeah, and there's some controversy on that, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, apparently, I was watching it. Apparently, there's this drama that it misrepresents American Indians,
Is it
Because-
called
Native American
Is
Indians.
it
history
because
class?
all
Is it
white
called
people
grade
did?
school history class?
No, they weren't. They weren't upset about that he's white. They were upset at they make us look like alcoholics, that we're just like this and that. And I'm like, like you can say that about the Irish. You can say that about Catholics in general. depressed people. I don't know, man. They're taking it up the ass.
Dude, when you say that, is it a bad thing? I don't know. I'm trying to be politically correct, Jessica.
Alright, whatever. Anyway. Alright, guys. We already did this for like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry as fuck. Alright? I know we're cutting it short.
In the future, guys, we'll eat before we do the podcast. Because the last time we left early to go eat too. We were like an hour 45. Yeah, we were like,
I'm hungry.
Scott just got in the shower. He's like, so let's go get food. Well, when you put it that way,
it was my idea, asshole.
No, it was a good thing because we went to go get Indian food. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, did you guys like it?
Hell yeah, we need to go back.
Good.
Yeah?
That thing in the middle was, I think, my favorite.
Yeah, that was my favorite too. The thing in the middle.
Right, you don't even know.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know.
First I thought you were like scolding us, and then I was like, no, you were agreeing. You're like, right? It's not just me. Like, what the fuck is this shit? I don't know, but it's delicious. Give me more of the dark blue shit. I don't know what it
I was
is.
telling them like I just ordered something and they could have brought me the wrong plate.
And you wouldn't even know.
It was
Yeah.
similar because it was like a plate that had different
Sections on it.
sections, and so every section they would put something different.
It was like meat. It was just sauce,
yeah,
meat,
rice. One had like
sauce with like other stuff in it. Yogurts, yes, some shout. It was all really fucking good. There was nothing that I didn't like about it. And we got naan bread with cheese on it. And that was
Oh my
fucking
god, dude, the
Yeah,
scallops,
scallops, man.
right? Right? Oh yeah, well, damn, how rude! Just telling me to hurry it up.
We're hungry, and
We're hungry.
but we're advertising for India's Oven.
I know, India's Oven. And by Koreatown, I don't even know where. I'm Beverly.
I'm Beverly.
Look for it.
In LA.
In LA. Anybody listening, just email us or visit our blog, anotherbspodcast.blogspot.com, or email us. We'll try to respond. We'll respond. I got nothing else to do. Email us at anotherbspodcast@gmail.com.
Right.
And I guess that'll wrap it up. We'll try to get more people to join us for next podcast.
Ask us questions or tell us things that you like about the podcast or things you don't like. We'll probably ignore them, but we'll bring them up.
Yeah, I'll mention it.
We'll
Read out
bring them
loud.
up.
Yeah, how
Read out
ridiculous
loud
some
on the
ideas
podcast.
are.
Right.
Next
Tell
time,
us your opinions so that we can mock them.
it's an open idea sharing. Fuck it. Yeah, we'll make fun of it. Yeah.
Even if we agree, we'll mock it at first, and then you'll have to wait till the end to see it. You know what's funny is like we actually agree with this opinion.
Yeah. All right. We might have another podcast this week.
In Belize?
When do you leave for Belize?
Well, we're gonna be going to Belize the 13th of December. We won't be back
What
until
day
the
is
27th.
Yeah, that's next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
So this is the last weekend before.
Yeah. So we might do another podcast before I go. But I do plan on doing a mobile podcast in Belize. Hopefully with one of my relatives, one
That'd be
in
cool.
particular.
In English.
If not, yeah, in English. If not,
Creole.
we'll just come back and do another one.
Hey, guys.
De la Balbidodo.
All right, guys. Have a good week.
Have a good week.